What's up, brothers? Hope everybody's doing well out there. Just got done pouring down rain. This is my second attempt at making this video. This is what happened last time. Holy shit, fucking rain came out. So anyways, I got a paid video request from a subscriber who is a quote-unquote average guy. I'm not sure what that means, but he says he's an average guy. And he's dating a woman with a PhD. And he's watched a lot of manosphere content. He's heard a lot of bad things about dating career women, professional women. And he wanted me to make a video about should he date a professional woman or not. So I guess this tends to be a fairly popular topic out there in the manosphere. So I guess we'll go ahead and discuss it here on the main channel. Now, the first thing that you guys got to understand is the world has changed. This is not the 1950s anymore. You know, and there ain't really shit we can do about it. But women are doctors, women are lawyers, women are teachers, women are managers, women are police officers, women are in the military. You know, we can't just turn back and expect them to be back in the kitchen barefoot. You know, it might be, you know, a fantasy of a lot of guys. Might be a fantasy, but it's impossible. It's not going to happen. You know, this is just where we're at. And on top of that, you know, the days of being a middle-class man working at the post office and having a 2,000 foot square house, 2,000 square foot house with a 2-car garage, you know, and having enough money to support the family of one income, that's impossible. You know, we're not going back to that either. And you know, the manosphere gets a lot of things right. Definitely does. But one of the biggest problems with manosphere motherfuckers is thinking that everything is about hypergamy. You know, everything is about creating an environment where a woman needs you. Like, financially needs you. She can't survive without you. You know, you're the breadwinner, you're the everything. And she is just a submissive housewife that can't make it in life without you. You know, that's kind of, maybe that's a little more extreme than what most push, but that's kind of where the manosphere pushes things a lot of times. Now, the problem with that is, you know, I guess you could call that like part of like red pill thinking. But that's kind of black pilled. You know, that's an idea that women don't, you know, women won't get with you because they want you. They get with you simply because they need you. You know, that's a bizarre way of looking at things, you know. It's very bizarre. You know, women have emotions too. That's another thing, man. I'm not sure, you know, where exactly we're going when we talk about some of these subjects, but you know, guys will say that women are just like hypergamous robots just seeking money and resources from men. They just want to get with the richest guy they possibly can get with. But then they flip things around and they say like, well, men aren't supposed to show emotions or be emotional at all. Men are supposed to be, you know, these like stoic robots. It's like, kind of sounds like autism to me. You know, I don't get autism or psychopathy. One of the two. You know, people in the manosphere just totally leave out the idea of love. You know, anybody that's taken a college Psych 1 or Psych 2 class that's learned a little bit about what love actually is, we could start with the triangular theory of love, right? What is it? Sternberg. Richard J. Sternberg. Did I get that right? Last name Sternberg. I don't remember the first name. Sternberg. Sigmund Freud was like the sexual perverted psychologist, and Sternberg was like more related to like emotions and love and shit. Anyways, triangular theory. That was intimacy. What is it? Intimacy, passion, and commitment. Those are the three sides of the triangle of love. So you have to have those three things, all those three things, to have love. So intimacy is, do you like that person? You know what I mean? When you start to like a person, you start to experience that emotion, that like oxytocin, you start to like that person. Is that there? Okay, that's there. Passion. Are you enthusiastic about the relationship and where it's going? And is it a part of your life? Are you passionate about it? That's one of the sides. Do you have that? Okay, then you have the commitment side. The commitment side can be tricky, all right, because how do I put this? The commitment side requires, it's a responsibility, right? Commitment it requires a lot of responsibility. So, and I know it's kind of long-winded here for me to get to the topic of an average dude dating a woman with a PhD, but it's also commonly known in psychology that relationships in which the two partners are equal in terms of attractiveness tend to work out a lot better than relationships that have a mismatch. So the commitment side of that triangle can really struggle if there's a mismatch. Now, look, in the 1950s, the rich guys got the hot girls, the poor guys got the ugly girls, and the women, regardless of whether they were hot or ugly, they were barefoot in the kitchen. Barefoot, butt naked in the kitchen, right? So, in this day and age, women are in the workforce. So yeah, the rich guys still get the hot girls. The poor guys don't really get any girls unless they're really good looking. But women are working. They're not barefoot and butt naked in the kitchen. So women can, it messes with the balance, you could say. It messes with the balance in terms of the masculine and feminine imperatives. So I guess I'll make up my own deal here. So you can have three dynamics in a relationship. Now, this is just me speaking. It's not a psychologist or anything, but two of them are toxic and one of them is a normal, healthy relationship. So the first one is the daddy-daughter dynamic in a relationship, right? This is the girl with the daddy issues, and the man is, provides her with everything. She does absolutely nothing, can't survive without him, absolutely needs him. This is like the, you could say like the Andrew Tate dynamic. Wouldn't you say like Andrew Tate is like a daddy to his girlfriends? Kind of. I don't mean it as like a bad thing, but that kind of makes sense, right? Like they do nothing. He treats them like they're his children, and they treat him with respect like he's the father, But in the normal world, for normal people, that's a fairly toxic relationship. And then you have mommy and son dynamic in a relationship, right? This is like the women that will get with a dude that's in prison. She's like a pen pal with a prison dude because she wants to feel safe and like a man Like, he's not going to leave her because he's a man that can't provide for himself, can't really get by on his own. So she's going to take him when he gets out of prison and take care of him like a mommy. That's like a mommy-son relationship. That's another toxic relationship. And eventually they don't usually work out. Neither one of these first two do. But then you have a normal, healthy relationship where, sure, the man for the most part is the breadwinner. He's the protector, the provider. But the woman brings, the femininity, the nurturing, all the things that a woman can bring. But in order to have that healthy relationship in this modern day and age, I think there has to be some balance. I think, it's good to have a woman that works. I don't think you would want a woman that just sits at home and plays on Instagram. I think housewives probably cheat more than working girls in this day and age. If a girl's a housewife and she has time to just fucking get bored and talk to her girlfriends and, be on social media and shit, you bet your ass she's probably more likely to cheat than a woman that's busy working. So, which would you rather prefer? Anyways, with that being said, a woman with a PhD dating an average man, you could say that she's out of his league, right? A lot of people could say, well, she's out of his league. Let's say he has, he's a skilled worker with no college degree, but he makes decent money. She has a PhD and she's a breadwinner. That's not necessarily a mismatch, because you got to view things in terms of who you are, not what you have. If who you are is a good match to her, like if who you are, how attractive you are as a person is a match to how attractive she is as a person, so on and so forth, what you have doesn't really matter, because when you're together, what you have is both of yours. What you have is hers, what she has is yours. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. Hell, long time ago, when I was in college, I was working at Sears selling appliances, a commission job, so I could work 15 hours a week and still pull $1,000 a week or so. There was a girl working there that had a PhD. She's probably 32 years old. Her boyfriend was some dude that worked at a factory. I remember at one point he got laid off or fired or something from his job, and he was jobless for 3 months, and he would come in there and ask her for lunch money and shit. She had a PhD and he was fucking jobless. Didn't have any skills, nothing. I'm pretty sure those two are still together. Shit happens. But they were a pretty good match when it came to when you would hang out with the two of them. They fit. Their relationship was good. It was pretty solid. I know guys who have shitty credit and they date a girl that has good credit, and she puts most of the work in them getting their first house, but they're still happy together. This idea that you have to follow the manosphere teachings, and if you don't, you're blue-pilled. It's kind of a goofy way of thinking, isn't it? Well, let's be honest, it's kind of goofy. If you have something in mind that you want to accomplish, you want to get something done, whether it's make a lot of money, get an education, maybe it has to do with your physique, whatever it is. If you want to accomplish something, would you rather fill your mind with things that discourage you from accomplishing that, Or would you rather fill your mind with things that motivate you and inspire you to accomplish that goal? Well, if you're watching Manosphere content and your goal is to have a good relationship or have a girlfriend, have a wife, start a family, and all the content that you're consuming is discouraging you from doing that, don't you think maybe you should apply that? Maybe you should find some things that encourage you to accomplish what you want. If you meet a woman that has a PhD and you have no higher education, you're just a worker, and she likes you and you like her, do you think you should listen to people in the manosphere that tell you it's not going to work out? Or do you think you should maybe educate yourself on how to make it work out? I mean, get serious. At some point you got to live your own life. Take the manosphere training wheels off. A lot of manosphere motherfuckers are goofy, and I say that I am a manosphere motherfucker, okay? But I say that, yeah, a lot of manosphere motherfuckers are goofy. At some point you just live your own life. Now, there could be a downside to dating a career woman. One could be if she's in an authoritative position, she may bring that authoritative, mindset back to the house. And that wouldn't be a lot of fun, right? That would get tiring, having to deal with that shit all the time. Maybe you could think about the fact that if she has a PhD, she's hanging around guys that are 7-figure earners and you're not even close to that. So maybe that's a problem. But I think you'd be much better off seeking out solutions rather than seeking out things that discourage you. And with that being said, would you rather have a woman that wants you? She has her own shit. She has a job. She has a career. She doesn't necessarily need you. She doesn't need you at all. But she wants to be with you. I think a lot of manosphere motherfuckers have never experienced having a woman that wants to be with them. A woman that's willing to, help you out when you need help, or, she's willing to put in a lot of extra effort to keep the relationship going, to make sure that you're happy in the relationship. I think it shows that a lot of manosphere motherfuckers don't even know that exists. Sad to say, but it does exist. When a woman likes you and wants to be with you, none of that other shit really matters. She's gonna put effort into making it work. So, the days of women being uneducated and unemployed are long gone, guys. At some point we got to say it's unrealistic to sit here and be like, women shouldn't be working. Women shouldn't be, or stay away from professional women, stay away from educated women. It's like sitting in the bleachers at a fucking basketball game bitching about the referees. It ain't gonna do you any good. All you're doing is fucking your own self up, making yourself look stupid for whining and bitching. Adapt or get left behind. That rule applies to everything in life. Things are always changing. So, hope this sums up your question, but I guess that's really all I have to say. I think you'd be better off finding a woman that works, that contributes, that doesn't need you, but she's with you because she wants to be with you. All right, that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.
You guys are all doing it incorrectly. Come on, push it. You're not squeezing and feeling like you're supposed to. Come on, push it. All of you. Hell, I still did it like an idiot. Come on, push it, man. Come on, push it. Squeezing like an idiot.